investments which rely on federal approval could face delays. The shutdown could also lead to cuts to Head Start, less funding for food assistance, and missed paychecks for thousands of Californians. A passenger has died and a driver is badly hurt after a vehicle wreck that happened on Highway 99. CHP was called in at around 3:15 Tuesday morning. The man driving the Hyundai Elantra veered off the road into a wrought iron fence and then struck two trees. The driver was taken to Kern Medical. The passenger was pronounced dead at the scene. Starbucks has announced that hundreds of its stores are being closed nationwide. Some of those stores are in Bakersfield. The locations on Ming Avenue and White Lane have already closed their doors. Two other locations in Kern County are rumored to be closing. So far, that has not been confirmed on the Starbucks website. The company has reported shrinking profits and sales from some locations. Adding to the problem is the tariff on coffee beans, which drives up cost. Ponies and pumpkins are on tap for this Halloween.
Oh, please.
Banducci's Family Pumpkin Patch has reopened. Pumpkin Patch is located at 10,747 Taft Highway. Admission is $5 a person. Kids under 5 get in free, and admission includes a trip through the corn maze. You can find details on days and times on the Banducci's Family Pumpkin Patch Facebook page. I'm Bill Robbins in the KERN newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Mr. Flores, turn this up. Thank you very much.
I had 3 more seconds and I had the whole thing. I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Sir, thank you. Thank you very much.
Still haven't given us our minute back.
It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. On air at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at kernradio.com. Now, here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. Also streaming live on YouTube. Head over to YouTube, search up Kern Radio. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. Every day we're live at 2:05 and you can watch us in all of our glory, like if we were a construction sign at the corner of, I'm not going to tell you, but if you find it, send us a picture. It was burning all night, the JR Show. I'm going to start charging people, Chris, for signs. If you want a message sent to a loved one, possibly going down California Avenue, just send it in and small nominal fee. We can make that happen for you. Maybe you want to ask your wife or your girlfriend to marry you, and we'll just put it on the street sign for you. It's right there. Welcome to the program. We do have a great show for you lined up today, filled with guests in this packed hour. We'll speak with Coach Carr from the undefeated Bakersfield Christian High School varsity football team as they go into homecoming week. It is homecoming for the Eagles. The game will kick off this Friday at 7:30. You can hear it right here on Current Radio. Coach Carr likes to bring a student with him, a student athlete. So we'll see who he brings by. And also coming up later in the program, the one, the only Megyn Kelly, bringing her show, Megyn Kelly Live, to the Dignity Health Arena on November 20th with now Charlie Sheen and Victor Davis Hansen. We will speak with Megyn Kelly later in the broadcast. So stick around for that. You don't want to miss it. Plus your phone calls and comments, text messages are always welcome. 661-842 KERN, 661-842-5376. You can also jump in the chat on YouTube. This morning, I got to take a tour of the fabulous and wonderful Woolworths building, set to open up on October 25th with a big old block party downtown happening right there on the corner of, I believe they're calling it Hope and, oh man, I forgot. They're naming the corner something. It's Hope and
Charity?
Hope and Stephen told me, and I can't even remember. Stephen, if you're listening, text me and tell me what the name of the corner is again. But you know where the Woolworths building is. I got to go in and check it out this morning. I got a private tour. Got to walk in. They were setting up the Reverb Coffee that will be open up. Coach is stuck in traffic. Oh, Coach will be here in a second. Got to take a private tour. Got to walk in. They had the Reverb Coffee guys getting set up and getting trained in there, as they'll be open up bright and early every morning for all you coffee goers. And then I walked into the world famous, only one left in its kind, Woolworth's counter, which is still in existence, with all the original chairs set in place. It looked beautiful. They had some guys behind the counter also getting ready to train there. It was immaculate. I got to speak with one of the owners, co-owners, Miss Emily Waite, was at the counter there. I believe it's going to be a bar top on the other side, if I'm not mistaken. She got to stop and say hello and thank her for letting me come into her building. And then we continued the tour, got to go around the back, see the different little recording studios that they're going to have. We got to walk downstairs into the basement where the live music venue is going to be. It's going to be one of the best places to see a live show. I will say that. I'm not even sure I'm supposed to be talking about it, but I am. It's going to be nice. They've got some VIP couches, plenty of floor space, plenty of bar space. It is going to be the place to see a show downtown. Better believe it. And then we got to go up to that would be the second floor, which is going to house the MoneyWise office. Them and all of their clients. It looked beautiful in their little entryway. You look straight up and they have a skylight that goes all the way through the third floor, all the way through the roof. Oh, it was so beautiful. Walked around to the corner of Hope and I can't remember what they're calling it, Chris. Gosh darn it.
So
look on their Instagram. Where are you at, Steven? Because they've been posting, and I asked if I could take pictures and go inside and film anything, and I was told politely, we're not ready for that yet. So I was not allowed, unfortunately, to film anything, but I did get to go up and then go to the third floor, like I said, walked around, and I was on that corner that looks out into the intersection there. You can see the Carr building. It was great. It's going to be very beautiful. It's going to be a great addition to the city. Come down and join them on October 25th when they're going to do the block party. There's going to be a stage out there on the corner. They're going to have all kinds of vendor booths set up, and just come on down October 25th. It'll be a good time. It's going to be pretty much, it's going to be celebrating the opening of Woolworths. Wait, I did sneak in a couple of pictures that I don't want Miss Waite to kill neither me. But I did take one or two pictures there before when she wasn't looking. They also are celebrating some local artists in there that they got new paintings up on the wall that you'll be able to enjoy as well. What else is going on today? The 20-year-old, yes, the 20-year-old that is now been charged with the accident that killed young 6-year-old over the weekend. Cesar Magana Mendoza was in the court this morning with his attorney, which was very wait, did I read that right? Mr. David Torres is representing Cesar Magana Mendoza. He entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. The court commissioner, Thurman Owen, said bail will remain set at $410,000. Mendoza is due back in court on the 18th. For those that haven't heard, he allegedly caused a car accident Sunday morning when the sedan he was driving rear-ended an SUV at a high speed on East Panama Lane, according to the BPD, causing the SUV to roll over into a vineyard. 3 people were injured. among them the 6-year-old who later died at Orange County Children's Hospital. I'm also believe a 7-month-old was in the vehicle at the time, as well as the mother. This kid, and yes, he's a kid, he's 20, and I understand that we're going to be stupid when we're young, but this kid needs to never get out of jail. I'm sorry. You were intoxicated at 7:45 on a Sunday morning, driving around, and you caused an accident in which a 6-year-old lost her life. And we hear it time and time again. I haven't even bothered to look up Mr. Mendoza's record. I would hope at a young age of 20 he doesn't have DUI priors, but at this point, I wouldn't be surprised or shocked. $8,000 spam phone calls a day. Can you just stop, please? Thought there was a law or something in place. But Mr. Mendoza needs to go away for a very long time. We need to start taking DUIs more seriously in this county. There's one that's about to start jury selection this week. Think she's been able to skirt the law, but it's going to catch up to her, and hopefully they put her away for a very long time too. Because when we can blame Sacramento and we can say, oh, well, we don't, we can do something here. You know that we've already doubled the number of DUI fatalities this year than all of last year. There were 12 last year. This year we've already reached, and we just started October, and yes, that means it's spooky season. Don't smile in there, Chris.
I'm just glad you're on the same clock as everybody else.
Look, okay,
I'm come to terms with it. It's okay.
I'm saying it's spooky season. I'm not thrilled about it.
When is it gonna be spooky season?
It is. I've admitted it's spooky season, but again, that doesn't mean I have to go walking around going, "This is Halloween. This is Halloween."
And Sparky just texted me back, said, "History and hope."
History and hope. I knew it was something. History and hope down there at the Woolworths. Now, where was I? DUI. Feel like Ralph. Completely lost. But until we start taking this serious and doing something in this community, and again, you can blame Sacramento, you can blame all those other people, but we can do stuff here. I know Chain Cone Clark has tried to get it harder sentences. But yeah, we're at 24 fatalities this year already. 24 DUI-related fatalities. Something is seriously wrong in this community. And until we start taking a harder look at it and sticking people harder, because apparently we're going to hold the CHP is going to hold an enforcement DUI checkpoint this weekend. Apparently those ain't working because it's not deterring anybody. So until we do, it's just going to be a continued problem. We'll get to a break. I think Coach should be stepping in the building very shortly. That is Coach Carr from the Bakersfield Christian High School varsity football team, 5-0 as they enter into league play against Ridgeview on homecoming this Friday. You can hear that game right here on Kern Radio. Kickoff is at 7:30 p.m. with our partners, the Bakersfield Christian High School broadcasting team, led by Jude Cheshire. I'm going to jump in the booth this weekend, get my color commentating on. I'll be out at the game. Come say hi to me. Plus, Megyn Kelly, yes, that Megyn Kelly will join the show later as she brings her Megyn Kelly live tour to the Dignity Health Arena on November 20th. If you haven't got your tickets, they're still available. Plus, I got confirmation. We got a couple tickets. No, I'm not giving them away right now today, or probably not even this week. I'll just say go follow all of our social media accounts. Okay? There's going to be plenty of opportunities for you to win some Megyn Kelly tickets as she comes November 20th with Charlie Sheen and Victor Davis Hansen. Go get your tickets. All that, plus your comments, 661-842-5376. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180.
Yes, Greg Kerr, I'm on the air. What do you
The
need?
Ralph Bailey Show, weekdays from 3 till 6 p.m.
I'm not going to begin to speculate why Rod Barnes is leaving 6 weeks before the basketball season begins. And yes, it's coincidental that he and the athletic director both are leaving in the wake of this Kevin Mays nonsense. But after 14 years and how he represented CSUB, I think the man is due the benefit of the doubt.
On News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180. KERN.
It's Wednesday, so that means only one more day to get to the Stockyard. That's right, the Stockyard, 2525 F Street, open Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays, 6 p.m. to close. You ask, what's the Stockyard? Well, it's a little speakeasy right next door to Casey's Steakhouse from the folks that brought you Casey's Steakhouse. 2525 F Street. Walk up, you're going to see the carpet, the ropes. Ring the doorbell. When they say, what's the password? Tell them, why not JR? You're going to walk into one of the most elegant places in all of Bakersfield, Kern County, and even California. It's like going through a time portal, this little speakeasy. There's a bookcase that leads to the hallway, that leads to the bathrooms. Not to mention, they have a banquet room right next door. You got a party, you got a celebration, you can have it right there at the Stockyard. Come join me this weekend. Lottie will be playing some music, acoustic guitar style. It's a great environment for a date or maybe something before a show downtown. It's the Stockyard, 2525 F Street.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life.
I'm trying to go low because you can drop that down, Coach. I mean, I'm saying,
IHOP
make us all feel good.
where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling, sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy place with the $6 IHOP value menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I do. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I do. Have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. Default terms at mintmobile.com.
The Charlie Kirk Show,
Vinny?
weekdays at 6 p.m. on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com, plus streaming live on YouTube. Go check us out. Go to YouTube and search up Current Radio. Click that subscription button, the notification bell, and you can go live with us every single day. Stay tuned later. Megyn Kelly is coming up in the show. She'll be bringing her tour to the Dignity Health Arena on November 20th, and we'll talk to her about that. Plus, obviously, the death of Charlie Kirk, her decision to still go out on tour, and who is to blame for the government shutting down. We'll do all of that with Megyn Kelly. But next, our guest, the 5-0 Bakersfield Christian High School varsity football team is headed into league play and homecoming this week. Joining us, Coach Carr and the left tackle, Vinny, from the Bakersfield Christian High School Eagles. Good day, peoples.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing, sir?
Good to you.
You doing all right? Yeah. You all right?
Yeah.
You seem a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
We'll loosen you up a little bit. You'll be fine, I promise. How's it going, Coach? 5-0.
man.
5-0.
Blessing, man. We're blessed.
Yeah, I wrote it down somewhere here. You guys have outscored your opponents 196-37.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's hard work and discipline, man. These guys are playing very well.
It seems like you guys are just hitting on all cylinders, both offense and defense. Talk to me about that.
No, offense and defense. I mean, offensively, we're running the ball well. We're passing the ball well. We're not even like at our like statistic, like number wise, we're not like blowing anybody away, like stuff like that. But they're taking advantage of their opportunities, scoring points. Right, that's the main goal of football, right? Is score points. And I've been on a lot of teams where you get a lot of yards and the points don't come. Right. Well, this is kind of the opposite, right? So. Those big chunk plays we're getting, those big chunk plays out of the run game, out of the pass game, and then defensively, man, we're playing really good football. We really are.
Like lots of takeaways.
Lots of takeaways, a lot of defensive touchdowns, and that's film watching. That's they're not 12-year veterans in the NFL, but these guys are a lot of seniors on this team, right? And they've played a lot of football in their time, so. That stuff helps too, the maturity. So.
Yeah. How do you keep them focused at 5-0, not to get too? Because you want them to be confident, right? You want them to walk onto the field. Yes. You want them to come prepared and feel like they're going to be confident and win. But you don't want them to get too cocky
100%.
And go, "Oh, we're 5-0. We're just going to start rolling."
Yeah. It's never as good as you think it is, never as bad as you think it is, right? So we're winning, we're doing well, but we always come in the next Saturday. We're always working on things that we're not very good at, right? You have to, right? We'll pep these guys back a little bit, right? We're going to give them good jobs and this and that, man. But the goal is not being 5-0. The goal is winning a championship. That's what these guys do a good job of on Saturdays. We're learning and figuring things out. We had a rough one yesterday, right? Which we're going to fix, right? That's the ebbs and flows of coaching teenagers, man. But they're excited to get back out there for sure today.
Well, and I'm sure, and Vinny, it's been homecoming week. How do you stay focused during a week like this, where you got all kinds of stuff going on all week long? You had the homecoming, the dance over the weekend. Now everybody's dressing up, and the floats are going everywhere. You got all kinds of distractions with kids dressing up all week and different things. How do you stay focused, Vinny?
Me, staying focused, I don't let that distract me as much. I'll bring out the music for the guys, help us lock in, have fun, bring the energy, and just keep the tempo up on practice.
Is that what you do, Coach? How do you keep them all focused? Again, the 5-0. So we don't want them to be too big-headed. But then it's also homecoming week, and that's big for the kids, especially like you said with a lot of seniors.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think one thing that we do as a coaching staff, we're not going to lie to our kids. We're not going to hide things from our kids. We're always upfront and honest about everything that we do, right? And we'll tell them, hey guys, this was not good enough. Yesterday was not good enough. We got to do better, right? You're gonna face a team that's well improved from last year. Coach finally had a whole year of coaching under his belt. Like it probably was rough. I've been there before. You get there about midway through the offseason, you try and implement what you want to implement, and it just doesn't work out. But you can tell when you turn the film on against Ridgeview, they're much improved. They got some guys that can play football. So yesterday was not good enough for us. So it's just being upfront and honest. Like I'm telling all of our business right now. Like it just wasn't good enough yesterday. So we have to come out today and do well. But getting them focused, man, it's working. You can't win games. You don't try and win games on Friday. You try and win on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And it's the process, right? So get them to focus on the process, which is difficult. They're teenagers.
They're not
43, right?
Well, they're teenagers, and then like I said, it's homecoming week.
Yes.
And so you've got. Luckily, the dance was last week, so you don't have to worry about. Is she going to ask me with the cute sign or something like that, all that going on? The distractions,
sure.
And so it's keeping it focused. And then you're moving into league play.
Yeah.
So put homecoming aside, and put the 5-0 record aside.
Sure.
Ridgeview is 2-3, but that doesn't matter anymore when you're moving to league play. Talk about the difference, because you've beat some pretty good teams. You Faith Lutheran, you got a good win over them, and even over the weekend, Tulare Union last week, that was a good team that you went down and beat. But talk about how league play is completely different.
Well, in my opinion, those teams that we're about to play, they don't really care what we did. Right? They're going to focus on their Friday night. They're going to play us, right? They don't care about what you're 5-0. They don't really care, right? Well, they shouldn't, right? But getting them focused on doing what we're supposed to be doing. Going into league, like you said, there's a lot of great football teams that we gotta go through, right, to get what we want to get. And starting with Ridgeview, like I said, they look like they're well coached. They're getting after it. They got some players in the right spots. They look a little cleaner than they did last year, and it's going to be a good contest. So it's getting Vinny to focus on the one play and offense right now and go from there. Right?
What are you focusing on most right now, Vinny?
Right now, I mean, when it's game time, I'm locked in. Like I put my helmet on and it's go time.
Yeah. What are some of the things you do to prepare during the week? You said you like your music. What else?
Yeah, music. So on game day, like I won't eat nothing all day, but before the game I always go to Cane's box combo.
You gotta get that cane. It's a ritual. It's football players.
It goes against everything we tell them, but hey, it works.
But then I throw it up. I'll throw it up. Nervous.
You get nervous still before games? You're a senior?
Yeah.
How is being a senior this year feeling? You guys are 5-0.
Yeah.
And it's homecoming. How's that feel right now?
As a senior, like it's kind of sad, like how I'm almost done and all the memories and stuff.
Each game kind of means more. You're like, man, there's only this many more games left as a senior, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. You're 5-0.
Yeah, 5-0 for the first time.
First time. Yeah. He prays before our games too, man. If the mood catches him right, he can get a little Holy Spirit.
There you go.
Get a little pastor in his heart.
We like that. We like that, Vinny. We like that around here. Well, right on, you guys. Good luck. I'll be out at the game this Friday, and obviously they can hear it right here on our station. Kickoff is at 7:30 against Ridgeview. It's homecoming. Yep. It's 5-0. It's league play. Good luck, Vinny. I'm gonna be watching you.
Number 52.
Number 52. Yeah, number 52. Watch for Vinny. Hey, Coach, thanks for stopping by. Always appreciate you coming in, man.
Same.
Oh, it's 5-0, but none of it matters. It's league play now, and it's Friday, and it's Ridgeview. It's Friday Night Lights. It's homecoming, and you can listen to the game right here at 7:30, Kern Radio, or just come out. I'll be up top of the Eagles' nest calling the game. Come back, Megyn Kelly later in the show. We'll be right back. Sweet. See? That was easy, right? Don't be scared.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. The federal government was thrown into a shutdown with no easy endgame in sight. Democrats held firm Wednesday to their demands to salvage health care subsidies that President Trump and Republicans in Congress have refused to negotiate. Blame was being cast on all sides. The vote to end the government shutdown has failed. House Speaker Mike Johnson says he's praying that Democrats come to their senses. No new talks have been scheduled. The Supreme Court is allowing Lisa Cook to remain as a Federal Reserve governor for now. The court is declining to act on the Trump administration's efforts to immediately remove her. In a brief unsigned order Wednesday, the High Court said it would hear arguments in January over President Trump's efforts to force Cook off the Fed board. On Wall Street, the Dow by 43 points. This is SRN News.
From the KERN Newsroom, your live and local news update on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
I'm Bill Robbins. The federal shutdown, if it continues for very long, is expected to have a significant effect on Kern County and everything from business operations to obtaining oil permits. There will likely be disruptions to programs like WIC and CalFresh. Ian Anderson from Cal State Bakersfield says that permitting and environmental impact assessments, which rely on federal approval, could face delays. The shutdown could also lead to missed paychecks for thousands of Californians. Starbucks has announced that hundreds of its stores are being closed nationwide. Some of those stores are in Bakersfield. The locations on Ming Avenue and White Lane have already closed their doors. 2 other locations in Kern County are rumored to be closing. So far, that has not been confirmed. I'm Bill Robbins in the KERN Newsroom with news every half hour or when it breaks on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Act now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-461-9096. 800-461-9096. 800-461-9096.
Don't miss Megyn Kelly live on stage with special guests Charlie Sheen and Victor Davis Hanson, November 20th at Dignity Health Arena. Get tickets now at MegynKelly.com. Presented by Y Refi and SiriusXM.
The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2
Megyn Kelly.
on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Check us out online, currentradio.com. Also streaming live on YouTube. Just head over to YouTube, search up Current Radio, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We're also streaming on all the platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X. Just look up Current Radio. I am also out there, JR Flores, or why not JR. I want to thank Coach Carr from the Bakersfield Christian High School Eagles varsity football team, 5-0, heading into league play this Saturday. Homecoming against Ridgeview. You can listen to it right here on our station, starting with kickoff at 7:30 p.m. We'll want to move to our next guest. She is bringing her Megyn Kelly live tour to the Dignity Health Arena on November 20th with Charlie Sheen and Victor Davis Hanson. She is also our next guest, Miss Megyn Kelly. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for having me. I think I might be literally the first person in history to have both Victor Davis Hanson and Charlie Sheen as guests in the same night.
In the same room at the same time in the same night. That is amazing. How did you decide to pick up Charlie Sheen for this night?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a sad story.
It is.
Because I was supposed to be with a different Charlie
yes.
on this night. And after Charlie Kirk was murdered, we had to stop to think whether we were still going to do the tour. Would people still come to the tour, want to do the tour? And then after about 2 minutes thinking about it, we realized absolutely we are full steam ahead. And the audience response has been wonderful. But in that time frame, I met Charlie Sheen. He came on my show and we became fast friends. I adored him. He was so interesting. Had so many great stories, was completely raw and would talk about anything. Nothing was off limits, but we didn't have enough time. And I thought, this is somebody I'd like to get to know better. And so we asked him, would you be interested at all in taking on this role? And he said immediately, he said, yes, I'll do it.
That's amazing. You mentioned the murder of Charlie Kirk. And was this the only stop he was going to be with you on?
Yeah, this was it.
Yeah, this was the one. And to talk to me about how that's affected you, not only personally, because I know you and Charlie Kirk were friends, but a fellow commentator, how it affects you choosing content and ultimately, like you said, deciding to continue the tour.
Well, I mean, it's made me want to say all the things that Charlie was saying, only louder and more frequently. I mean, Charlie and I had messages that were very much aligned to begin with. And so I feel like I owe it to him to say all the things right now, like immediately after the shooting and thereafter, to make sure that message is not silenced. You can silence one of us, but you can't silence all of us. And that's why I think this is a time for courage. I think it's one for my fellow commentators, and I think it's one for the civilians out there, the average citizens who just showing up to this thing is a way of thumbing the middle finger at the people who want to shut us all up on team sanity. Like everyone, that's the reason these turning point events are getting thousands and thousands of college kids showing up, notwithstanding the fact that, Charlie was killed on a college campus at one of these events. That's, you could make an argument where the danger might be, but they're showing up in droves, young people who, they don't have the life experience or the wisdom that a lot of, more middle-aged people might have. And so, God, that takes a ton of courage. And yet they're showing up, and our tour too has already sold out in a couple of places. So please do get your tickets now, because I'd love to see all of you. MegynKelly.com. I just think people are feeling it as a way, large or small, depends on your life, of saying no, I won't be silenced. No, I won't let you silence this messaging or this person or this group of people. Like, we're going to continue in this fight.
I know you shared there was a visual that we did here out at one of our parks for Charlie that thousands of people showed up to. I saw that you had shared that on your social media page. In my opinion, that's why I believe he was murdered, for the effect that he was having on people. He was affecting young people that in ways we had never seen before, with the voter turnout. I mean, he probably single-handedly helped get Trump reelected, and not to mention other Congress people. It was the effect I think that he was having on people and making that, and potentially himself being a candidate one day, that ultimately got him killed, as not as much as what he was saying.
Oh, gosh, you're so right. And it's part of what's so sad about losing him. I mean, he was such an effective messenger. And I think the thing that made him so special and made him resonate with millions of people around the globe in a really unique way is the same thing that made him come to be noticed by Tyler Robinson, who saw his messaging, though it was the same as mine, as Tucker Carlson's, as Ben Shapiro's, as, a bunch of us out there. And it offended him in a unique way, because Charlie was just so much more effective than any of us at it. And Charlie infused his messages with a hefty dose of faith-based evidence.
Yeah,
and it just made it even harder to deny, his encyclopedic knowledge of the Bible. It was just such a powerful combination. And it just makes me sad to even talk about it, because the loss happened. And I will tell you, we are working on a special tribute to Charlie for our night in Bakersfield. I think everybody there is going to feel it.
I was going to ask that. Is there a special tribute for this night or any night on the tour for Charlie Kirk, especially like this night, the one he was supposed to be at?
Yeah, this is a big one. Like, this is one that I have circled on the calendar. Like, it's going to be an emotional night for me too. I miss him too. Like, I miss him a lot, and I can't believe that we've suffered this loss. And I think that night in particular is going to be tough, even more so than when we do Glendale, Arizona, where he's from and where we're going to be interviewing Erica Kirk. I didn't want to ask her to travel. I definitely could have asked her to come to Bakersfield just to sub for Charlie, and she would have said yes. But the last thing I want her to do is have to leave her babies right now.
Yeah.
So we're doing her in Glendale, and so I thought, that night's going to be tough too. That we're closing out the tour with her, but the night in Bakersfield is going to be really tough too, because it should be a different Charlie on that stage with me that night. And I saw the love. I was very moved by that vigil. That was amazing, the number of people who turned out, of all ages, of all races. It was like you could see how deeply affected the community was. So I feel you all, and hopefully this will be a cathartic night in some ways. The best nights are when you have some tears, both from laughter and from sadness, and I think we'll probably deliver on that.
Oh, I'm sure we will. And if you guys want to join November 20th at the Dignity Health Arena, your tickets are on sale now at MegynKelly.com. Talk to me. You've been on the scene for a minute. You were with ABC back in 2003, Fox News for over a decade and a half, moved to NBC. Now you're with Sirius, and you have your own media, Devil May Care Media. You've seen the landscape change in journalism. Talk to me about that, how it's gone from your traditional, legacy media to now podcasters are basically dominating the field.
Well, I think the media really kind of imploded due to its own bias and terrible behavior. I've said before that I think Trump didn't murder the media. It was more of a suicide by the media, and he was like their Kevorkian. Only too happy to provide the little acid balls. So they did it to themselves. When I first started at ABC and then at Fox in 2003 and 2004, it was nowhere near as biased as it is today. It was behind the scenes, but they didn't let it show in their reports as much as they came to, and that was all corrupted. It was just a slow but disgusting race to the bottom. And slowly but surely, people started seeing it. They got it. And then, necessity being the mother of all invention, the digital lane came alive at just the right time. And this younger generation that knows nothing other than the digital lane really started leaning in and wanting more news and information. And now that other outdated way of getting your news is very much the dinosaur. And, it's like your kerosene lamp to the light bulb that is digital. So I love being in this lane, and I love being my own boss, and I love being able to say whatever I want to say, meaning what is true and real, even if the comfortable narrative, the one that Pfizer wants you to say, or the one that the BLM crowd wants you to say, or the one that the trans lobby wants you to say, is the one that people are telling you is the correct narrative. I just love not having to follow those rules.
And even sometimes the MAGA crowd telling you what or not to say, you know what I mean?
I've upset them many times. We have a good relationship, net, but it's not perfect. I'm I can stick in their craw depending on the news day.
And that's what we need, though. And I think that's what the people are craving. And that's why there has been that switch to find more independent news sources, more independent people that aren't going to give you the spin and the twist on the news.
Exactly right. I think that's why cable news is over, whether it knows it or not. It's having, a little bit of life right now, thanks to Trump, because people just want information about Trump no matter where he is. But as soon as Trump leaves office, it's going to be devastating for cable news. What's left of it, already the numbers are a shadow of what they were back when, it was like, when I was in the prime time of Fox, it was like Greta, me, O'Reilly, and Hannity. And the numbers were just
through the roof.
Stratosphere. Yeah, they were great. But that model has ended because competition is everywhere now, and they are competing with the Joe Rogans of the world and shows like ours and others. And that's good. That's good. People need to have more options, especially conservatives. They have so few options, and Fox should not have a monopoly on messaging. So I think it's very good for the right wing of the country to have multiple places to get your news.
Yeah, because depending on what channel you watch, then that's who you decide on who's to blame for this government shutdown.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. I mean, one of the questions you have to ask yourself is, will the people on MSNBC know that these Democrats really do want to fund healthcare for illegals? Like, will they have read the piece of the big, beautiful bill, or now they've renamed it the Tax Cut for Working Families Act, which I love these days. Okay. Will they have read the part that takes away that coverage and tell their viewers that this is what the Democrats are arguing needs to get nixed in order for us to fund the government? Doubtful.
Yeah, because all you hear is, it's about Medicare, it's about Medicare and healthcare, and we need to provide healthcare. But they don't say, they're providing healthcare for these people.
Yeah, and by the way, like, they're upset about the healthcare. These are Medicaid cuts that were made in the big beautiful bill that weren't cuts to actual Medicare. It was trying to get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse. The grifters, the glommers who were taking advantage of the Medicaid system, who were totally able-bodied, working-age young men, for example. Yeah, you're no longer going to be able to do that, thanks to the working class tax cuts bill. So that's the kind of thing the Democrats are saying needs to go back in. And this has already been litigated. They already passed this bill. Trump signed it. It's now law. And there's no cause to hold up the funding of the government to say you have to undo a large portion of your bill that was duly passed. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, and then they're trying to turn it around, and I hear people say, well, the Republicans, they run the show. They have the House and the Senate and the White House. I mean, what's the problem here? They're the ones that are shutting down the government.
Yeah, unfortunately, these spending bills require bipartisan participation. So that's why we go through this brinksmanship every time. Personally, I find it very tiresome. I almost never cover these showdowns. 9 times out of 10, they do settle in the 11th hour. This is one of the rare times it didn't. And if history's any guide, there'll be some event that brings it to an end. Something dramatic will happen, and they'll say, because of that, we need to cave, so that they don't look like they're really cavers. But look, this does need to end. People need to get paid. Government workers have jobs to do. I'm so close to totally giving up on Congress and government. I'm very pessimistic about them. So I have almost no hope. I think the future
I am totally with you.
People like Elon Musk and not these guys.
That's why I'm registered no party preference, and that's why we're the biggest, we're the largest growing, I guess, party that there is. Because I'm tired of both sides, Megyn. I really am.
Same. I'm a registered independent, and I have been for 20 years, and I will never be a registered Republican or Democrat again. Just cannot put on the team jersey. There's too many weird, bizarre characters in both parties. Like I can't. I don't understand people who just swallow the entire party platform for either side either.
That's my biggest issue. Yeah, that's my biggest issue is when you join those parties, you feel like you have to defend every single thing that comes out of that party's platform. And that's not the case. I don't want to have to go, yes, I'm going to walk lockstep with you every single the way. No, sometimes I just don't agree with you.
No, but I think as a news person, the audience likes that. They trust you. If you agree with everything and defend everything, it fractures the relationship of trust with them. Whereas if you work for the administration, that's a different thing. Like, I expect Caroline Leavitt to defend Trump at every turn. She should do that. That's her job. But that's not my job. And so if you're tuning into somebody like me, it sounds like somebody like you, you're expecting a different product, then you should get that different product. And that's the only way forward. You can't have just sycophant news coverage on every channel.
Well, if people want to check you out, they can. MegynKelly.com. They can also come to the event on November 20th at Dignity Health Arena. Tickets are on the website. They can also listen to you on SiriusXM or YouTube, wherever that podcasts are found. She can be found as well. Megyn Kelly, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule today.
Oh, I can't wait to meet you all. Thanks for giving me the time, and I hope people will buy some tickets at MegynKelly.com.
Yeah, just go over to Megyn Kelly. Thanks again. I appreciate you, and we'll see you on November 20th.
Yeah, see you soon.
Thank you so much. Megyn Kelly, everybody. Go get those tickets. MegynKelly.com. Coming on November 20th to the Dignity Health Arena with Charlie Sheen and Victor Davis Hanson. Tickets are on sale already. You better get them because they are going fast. It's going to be a good night. And you heard her. She's going to do something special because Charlie Kirk was supposed to be here that night with her. And so she's already saying she's got something special set up just for that night. You're going to want to be there. You're not going to want to miss it. I imagine it's going to be an emotional night. It's going to be a very informative night. And it's going to be a fun night. You should come out. I'll be in attendance. You should be too. That's November 20th at the Dignity Health Arena. Megyn Kelly live. Got to take a break. Come back on the other side. Take some of your text messages, comments. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. We'll teach you how to change road construction signs. I'm kidding. Coming up after the break. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
On the next Armstrong and Getty Show, Pete Hegseth
talking
the Pentagon. We loved it. But what about the armaments? Do our guys have the tools they need to face off against China? Plus, the latest with the Israel-Gaza negotiations.
And how are you holding up with the government shutdown? It's a tough time for all of us. We'll have all the latest on the next Armstrong and Getty Show.
Weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here for Sangera Subaru. It's that time of year again. Time for Subaru Loves Pets Month. For the past year, Sangera Subaru has supported the Bakersfield SPCA in their quest to increase adoption rates during the month of October. Last year, during the month of October, the Bakersfield SPCA had a total of 73 cats and dogs adopted. This year's goal is 100 animals to be adopted during the month of October and find their forever homes. Wednesday, October 22nd, Subaru will celebrate their 7th annual National Make a Dogs Day. We invite all dog enthusiasts to do something special for their furry friends or maybe consider adopting or fostering a dog. In addition, the SPCA will be holding a low-cost microchip and vaccination clinic Saturday, October 25th from 9 to 2. Cost is just $20 each for a microchip or vaccine. So, whether you're a dog lover or a cat person, now's a great time to adopt a pet from the Bakersfield SPCA. Join Sangera Subaru in supporting this very worthy cause during the Subaru Loves Pets Month. Sangera Subaru, paving the way for a better community.
Did you hear? The best performing assets of 2025 aren't stocks. They are precious metals. This year, gold and silver have risen a staggering 29%. And some experts believe the gold and silver bull market has just begun. Central banks are buying gold to protect against the falling dollar. And silver, it's powering the future. With skyrocketing demand for solar, EVs, and AI, silver is the new oil. So how high could gold and silver soar? Find out. Call Lear Capital, the precious metals leader, at 800-957-GOLD. Get your free wealth protection kit and see how gold and silver could help your retirement dreams come true. With over $3 billion in trusted transactions, thousands of 5-star reviews, Lear is your trusted source. Call now, 800-957-GOLD. That's 800-957-GOLD. 800-957-4653.
The Charlie Kirk Show, weekdays at 6 p.m. on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. You're listening to Kern Radio. I want to thank Megyn Kelly for coming on the program, taking time out of her busy schedule to join us. She'll be in town on November 20th with her Megyn Kelly live tour. Charlie Sheen is replacing Charlie Kirk. There's going to be a memorial, some special kudos to Charlie Kirk, who would have been in attendance. Also, Victor Davis Hanson will be in attendance. November 20th. Get your tickets, megynkelly.com. Want to thank her again for coming on. I'll be there. You guys should be there as well, too. 661-842-5376. 661-842-KERN. Do we have any text messages, sir?
Yeah, I got a couple here.
What do you got?
Can we ask Darren Carr if it's possible to borrow his player for the Raiders to see if they can start winning?
Come on. That's not right. Don't talk about my Raiders like that. You talk about why you got to talk about the Raiders like that? Although
the offensive line is pretty.
Vinny looked like he could help out. I'm just saying he's left tackle. Could use some help on that side of the line. Vinny, if you're available, and the BCHS game isn't too much for you on Friday, maybe you can fill in on Sunday. We're in desperate need of any offensive lineman for the Raiders because our season is done. It is. And they gave me hope. They gave me just a little bit of hope. I thought we were going to win that game. And I was like, okay, 2-2. 2-2, that's not bad. We could do something with 2-2. We still got a chance. Then we lost. Now we're 1-3, and our season's over. Week 4. It's the life of a Raider fan. But Vinny, if you can help out, 661-842-KERN, 661-842-5376. What else you got, sir?
Charlie Kirk was a community college dropout. He
was.
Scripts when he went to go talk to kids in colleges, which were caught unprepared. Charlie got killed by a white Christian young man who obviously had mental health issues.
I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to get at here.
I'm trying to.
So Charlie Kirk was a college dropout. Yes, he was. Do you know why he was a dropout? Because he thought college was a waste of his time. And obviously it was, because he figured I could do this without this college garbage that they're trying to shove down my throat.
To be honest with you, you don't need college to be successful.
You don't need college to be successful.
If you still subscribe to that, you are very much behind.
And if you think the education you're getting at a college is good, just check out our new professor over at Cal State University of Bakersfield in the Poli-Sci building. Professor Vice Mayor. Sheesh. Please. Talk about partisan. And that's who's teaching our kids. Yeah, Charlie saw that and was like, I'm out. I'll go get this. I can go do this on my own without your degree. Watch. And what did he do? He did it. He took Turning Point USA and turned it into one of the biggest political organizations around. That's why he was killed, because of the impact that he was having. Not just because of what he was saying, but the way that he was bringing out votes and changing the demographics. So yeah, he was a college dropout. That doesn't mean anything about how smart you are. Scripted. He was scripted because what? He had knowledge inside of his head and he knew things. In one hand, you're going to say, oh, he dropped out of college, but in the next hand, you're going to say, well, he was only debating college kids. Well, which one is it? Are they? Is college good or is it not? Is it educating the kids that they should have been a lot smarter when Charlie Kirk showed up? Because you can't go, oh, well, he dropped out of college, he's not that smart. But then, oh, well, he's only battling college kids. Well, you can't have it both ways there, sir. What was the other part of their equation there of trying to tear down Charlie Kirk, but not tear down Charlie Kirk?
It was more talking about the boy who killed him.
Oh, the white Christian national with mental health problems. Yes. Mental health is a serious, serious illness in America right now that we don't look at with enough vigor to try to even figure out the problem. We rather blame it on guns or. And thanks, Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, he was a Christian national who was a MAGA guy that you're just trying to separate from. Thanks, Jimmy Kimmel. We got it. 661-842-KERN. What else you got?
That's all we got right now, actually.
We are free and clear. Did anybody find the construction sign for the JR show on California Avenue? We still have a prize for you if you can send us a picture. Somebody did send it into Kern County Activities again last night. Made me laugh at about 9 o'clock out loud. Just laughed out loud. I was like, oh, it's still there. Look at that. So you still have a chance to win if you can find the construction sign that says the JR show, streaming on YouTube. Take a picture of it and send it to us at 842-5376, 842-KERN. We'll have a nice prize for you to come and pick up. We'll let you know what that is. Oh, goodness gracious. It's a Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's a Wednesday. Thursday, okay, one more day. I can get to the stockyard. Friday, don't forget to listen. 7:30 kickoff for the Bakersfield Christian High School varsity football game. It's homecoming against Ridgeview. Get out there and show your love and support for the Eagles. If not, you can hear it right here on Kern Radio. Kickoff again at 7:30 p.m. I'll be in the broadcast booth doing some color commentary. Goodness gracious. Dodgers are going to win tonight, so we don't have to worry about that. Is that the who's winning right now?
The Padres.
Padres are up 3-0.
So we'll get a game 3 out of this one.
We'll get a game 3 tomorrow. Baseball tomorrow, you guys. Listen to our sister station and the early bird special starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN 1230, 101.1 FM. But stay tuned. Coming up next is the Ralph Bailey Show. It's a Wednesday, so that means Howard Marcus stops by, former federal agent. I got to go and pick up my daughter. This is the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you.
This is AM 1180 KERN Green Acres. This is 96.1 FM.
You guys were awfully quiet there in the chat. But I know you guys were out there. Thanks for hanging out. Be good to each other.